campers! It is a beautiful day. I've been driving with my windows down. It feels so wrong. I mean, heck, I just looked over to the right and there was still snow on that tire in the mud. We are just south of the Great Salt Lake, just west of Salt Lake City. We are about to enter the Salt Flats that stretch between here and Bonneville. Wendover, really. I don't know if Bonneville is like the name of a city or just the name of like the Salt Flats, but I know the Bonneville racetrack place is right next to Wendover, Utah. So, I don't know. One of those places is named Bonneville, and then the city is Wendover. So we're heading that direction. We've got 470 miles to do today. That's it. 470 miles. Of course, that doesn't count the miles we've already driven, which was about 30, so it's right around a 500-mile day. But that's a nice, relaxing day, right? I mean, it's perfect. I've got like 13 hours, actually probably like 14 hours on my 70-hour clock. We're going to get 5 back at midnight. So we're going to be able to do a little bit of work tomorrow, but not a lot. Not like a full day's driving. We're going to have like a 400-mile day probably. Or we're just going to wind up deadheading to wherever we pick up our next load the following day. I've been logging everything very carefully this week, like as legally as humanly possible. That's why we're only going to be turning in like 2,500 miles this week instead of higher. Actually, I think we're probably right around 2,000 for the week. Let me think. It was because the first trip was 530. The second trip was 1,700, and this trip is 550. No, it's like 570 because of weird things with the zip codes at our destination. We're delivering at the very, very eastern limits of what our system considers Sparks, Nevada. Technically, it's McCarran, Nevada, but our system doesn't know McCarran exists. So loads to McCarran are billed as Sparks, Nevada. So you actually get like an extra 20 miles on the load that you don't have to drive because we're delivering to the outskirts of Sparks. If you want an idea of where we're going, look up the Tesla Gigafactory, because it's literally next door to the Walmart distribution center where we're delivering this cargo that we picked up here in the Salt Lake. So yeah, the Tesla Gigafactory near Reno, Sparks, Nevada. That's where we're going to be. There's also a big Apple data center there. Lots of fancy distribution center places. I really like the area, to be entirely honest. I forgot to do a thing. Curses. I've still got to change my address on a whole bunch of things. I just got a mailbox in Missoula, so I need to change my address on so many things, and I have to prove my identity to the people who run the mailbox place so that I can actually get mail there. Because for some reason that's a thing, which is fine. I don't mind proving my identity. I do not mind proving my identity at all. I am who I say I am. We are about to enter the Salt Flats. I guess we're kind of already in the Salt Flats. There's a big facility off to the right in the very far distance that is where Morton makes a bunch of their table salt. Which is kind of cool. I did not realize that so much of America's table salt came out of the Great Salt Lake, but I guess that's a thing. I assumed it was mined from underground in quantities of rock salt. But, you know, whatever. But yeah, we are about to end. We're going to be crossing northern Nevada today. One of my favorite places to drive. It's just so relaxing. So wide open and empty. It's 50 degrees out right now, which means that when my windows are up, it's a really nice, toasty warm in here. And I can roll my windows down for a little bit and it cools off super fast. So we've got the advantage of driving a black truck, so anytime it's above like 40 degrees outside, it's warm in here. It comes in handy this time of year. Not so much in July, driving through the same areas. But you know, our air conditioner works a lot better than the heater, so works out just fine for me. What was that? Was that it? I get nervous when I hear popping sounds. Oh, all my tires are intact. Maybe just a rock coming loose or something. Yeah. So we're 494 miles from Reno. So Reno is 30 miles farther away than where we are delivering in Sparks. I really do love northern Nevada. It's such a nice place to drive. I mean, this part of Utah is no slouch either. This is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. How did you guys like the fancy new Prime facilities at Salt Lake City? That is quite impressive. I have questions about why they painted the floor white in a place that semi-trucks drive through. It will not stay white. We all know that. That place is not going to look that clean in a year or two. But, you know, whatever. I guess maybe it makes it easier to spot leaks and stuff when trucks come through. But, gosh, I looked at that and I'm like, this seems like a mistake. Why not just concrete? You don't really need to paint it, do you? We're going to drive across it. But the thing I'm happiest about is that they have a scale in there now. So we got the printout of our axle weights. I checked my axle weights last night and realized this morning I should probably get the printout. And for some reason we're heavier this morning than we were last night. So I guess we have condensed a considerable amount of humidity into ice inside the trailer, possibly. It's such a beautiful day out here. It's not that windy, so the lake is just glass smooth and reflecting perfectly the sky above. I hope it's like this when we get closer to those mountains or over to Wendover. And off to, you guys can probably see it off to the left. The mountains reflected perfectly in the water. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But I'm just really hoping it's like that when we get to the place where we can pull over and take pictures of it towards Wendover. God, I love it out here. Every time I come out here, I'm like, why do I live on the East Coast? Why? We're changing that. Slowly but surely, we're going to be changing that. I am not. There is no reason for me to live on the East Coast in a swamp when beautiful places like this exist where it's actually cheaper to live than in my little town where I am no longer allowed to park my truck on my street. So we're getting out of there. We're getting out of there eventually. Eventually. I was not able to put together the funding necessary to do it when my lease expired, but I think our tax refund might be enough to get us permanently relocated, or at least very far along on that. We'll see. Depends on exactly how I'm affected personally by the whole tax situation that's been going on lately. Here we are coming into Wendover shortly. Off to the right is the Bonneville Speedway, where they used to set land speed records going out across the salt flats. No water on the flats today, just salt, very solid salt. In fact, if you want to see some photos of that, go check out my Twitter. That UPS was hauling double 53s. I didn't know that was legal out here. Awesome. But yeah, go check out my Twitter. I went out and walked out onto the salt flats, took a couple photos, and they are on my Twitters at Eliodare, no apostrophe in the username, of course, because that would be insanity, and we cannot have that on Twitter. empty parking spots readily available. It's a little bit of a bummer, but not entirely unexpected this time of night. So I'm going to use the restroom, change off duty outside of truck. I'm going to use the restroom, and we're going to roll up to the gravel pullout just outside the Walmart DC, and we're going to wait there until I can go in and deliver. So I don't know what's going to happen as far as how long it's going to take to unload. This Walmart DC has generally taken between 3 and 12 hours to unload my trailer. So we're probably going to be here at least a few hours. I'm going to try and get some sleep and probably pick up the next video tomorrow with the results of whatever happens at Walmart tonight. So you will find out what goes on. If the video starts at the Walmart DC, then they took a really long time to unload, and we're still there in the morning. If it starts down here or maybe over in Fernley, then that means we got out of the Walmart DC and had to park and sleep somewhere. So we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, that's probably going to do it for me tonight. I'm going to roll into fast-forwarded footage of us going into the Walmart DC and getting docked at our door. I'm kind of tired. I had to stop and take an hour-long nap a couple hours ago. So, like right around midnight. It was. I felt like I just like literally blinked and the hour was over. So I definitely needed that nap, and it got me all the way here. So made the right call stopping then, I think. But we're still kind of on the tired side. So looking forward to getting our truck docked so I can go take another nap. Hopefully this is going to be one of those nights where Walmart takes forever to unload. That way I can get a good, nice, long sleep in and make a little detention money as well. There's nothing more perfect than getting an 8-hour break when you're super tired and getting paid for it. That's about the best case scenario here. It's very rare that you want it to take 8 hours to unload, but I think this would be one of those situations where we'd be okay with it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. My name's Eliodare, AzarAngel17 on Twitch, Xbox Live, and Steam. Drop in, say hi. Let me know if you enjoyed the videos by clicking like or subscribe, and of course, come say hi on Twitter at Eliodare, no apostrophe in the username. Commenting is awesome too. I do read all those. So that's a great way to get something before my eyeballs if you want me to read it. And I try to answer a lot of comments and stuff and, you know, things. So, thank you guys for watching and have a great day.